Okay, I need you to be completely honest with me for a second. You know that feeling when you're just trying to exist peacefully? Maybe you're walking your dog, maybe you're stirring soup, maybe you're doing something as mundane as brushing your teeth, and then out of nowhere, your brain decides to hit you with the surprise attack. Remember that time you waved back at someone who wasn't actually waving at you? Remember that time you said "you too" to a flight attendant who told you to have a safe flight? Remember that time you walked into a glass door in front of your entire high school? And suddenly you're standing there, toothbrush still in your mouth, foam dripping down your chin, and you're staring into the void, reliving a moment from 2014 like it just happened this morning. If this sounds painfully familiar, if your brain seems to have an unlimited streaming subscription to your most awkward moments, I have something absolutely wild to tell you. What you've been calling a curse, a flaw, or proof that there's something wrong with you is actually one of the most sophisticated cognitive processes the human brain is capable of running. You're not weird. You're not obsessive. You're not emotionally stuck. You are, believe it or not, demonstrating a hidden form of intelligence that most people will never develop. And by the end of this video, I genuinely believe you're going to look at your awkward memory replays in a completely new way. So grab a coffee, maybe finish brushing your teeth first, and let's get into it. Let me start by validating something really important. The ability to clearly recall, in vivid emotional detail, an awkward moment from years ago is not a sign of a broken mind. It is a sign of what neuroscientists and psychologists are now calling episodic emotional intelligence, a form of cognition that integrates memory, emotional nuance, self-awareness, and social analysis into one seamless mental process. Most people don't do this. Most people move through their lives in a kind of soft-focus blur, barely remembering what they did last weekend, let alone a 20-second misstep from a decade ago. But your brain doesn't do soft focus. Your brain records life in razor-sharp clarity because it's actually built to analyze human behavior at a level most people can't even access. You're not broken. You're not boring. You're just wired for depth in a world that's mostly operating in shallow mode. So let's break down, in 5 very specific, scientifically backed points, exactly what's happening in that remarkable brain of yours. Number 1. You have what researchers call high episodic memory resolution. Episodic memory is the type of memory that stores specific events with all their sensory and emotional details attached. Most people's episodic memories fade quickly because the brain prioritizes storage space by compressing unimportant data. Your brain, on the other hand, seems to have decided that social interactions are high-priority material. So when you awkwardly high-fived someone who went in for a hug, your hippocampus tagged it as important, your amygdala added an emotional stamp, and your visual cortex stored the full sensory experience in crystal-clear definition. Years later, when your brain has downtime and pulls up random files for processing, it grabs this one because it's still flagged as significant. And here's where it gets interesting. Studies have shown that people with high episodic memory resolution tend to also have higher creativity, better storytelling abilities, and stronger autobiographical identities. You're not cursed with recall. You're gifted with high-definition personal history. Most people are watching their memories on a flickering old television. You're watching yours in full theatrical cinema, with surround sound, a full emotional score, and a director's commentary track. Number 2. You possess what psychologists call advanced self-evaluative reasoning. This sounds like a mouthful, but the idea is simple. You don't just live your life. You review it. You evaluate your choices. You analyze your performance in social situations. You ask yourself, could I have handled that better? This kind of thinking is processed mainly in the medial prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for self-referential cognition. And here's the incredible part. Research has consistently shown that self-evaluative reasoning is directly linked to long-term personal growth, emotional maturity, and leadership capacity. People who engage in this kind of thinking end up developing more refined communication skills, stronger empathy, and a deeper sense of integrity over time. Now, yes, the downside is that sometimes your brain replays the awkward Starbucks interaction from 2018 when you ordered a latte and accidentally said, "I love you," as you walked away. But the upside is that you are literally doing what high performers, philosophers, therapists, and master communicators do every single day. You are running the internal software of growth. Your psychology is playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Number 3. There's a specific evolutionary reason your brain locks onto awkward moments in particular, and once you understand it, you're going to feel a huge weight lift. For most of human history, belonging to a group was not just a preference. It was a survival requirement. Humans who could detect even the smallest social missteps, the slight disapproving glance, the awkward silence after a comment, the subtle shift in a friend's tone, were the ones who survived. Being exiled from your tribe meant starvation, exposure, and death. So evolution selected for brains that were hypervigilant about social missteps. Your brain, even though you live in a world of grocery stores and Netflix, is still running that ancient program. When it replays the moment you called your teacher Mom in 7th grade, it's not punishing you. It's running a social threat detection protocol designed to make sure you don't make a similar misstep again. This is why social awkwardness triggers the same brain regions as physical pain. Your brain literally treats a botched interaction the same way it treats stepping on a nail. That's not dysfunction. That's biology. And the people whose brains most intensely monitor social nuance were the ones most likely to survive, which means you are the descendant of ancestors who were exceptionally socially attuned. You're not too sensitive. You're the updated version of a survival algorithm that's thousands of years old. Number 4, and this one genuinely changes how you see yourself. The reason your brain keeps replaying these moments is tied to a process called emotional regulation rehearsal. When you relive an embarrassing memory, your brain isn't just torturing you. It's giving you a chance to emotionally process the experience at a slower, more manageable pace than when it originally happened. Studies have shown that people who mentally revisit emotional events actually develop stronger emotional regulation over time. Your brain is like an emotional gym, and awkward memories are the weights. Every time you revisit one, you're subconsciously building tolerance, perspective, and self-compassion. Now, the process feels uncomfortable in the moment, obviously, but the long-term payoff is enormous. People who engage in this kind of mental replay have been shown to have better emotional resilience, stronger coping mechanisms, and lower rates of unresolved emotional trauma. In other words, the replay is the healing. Your brain is essentially saying, let's look at this one more time so we can finally process it and put it away. It's not haunting you, it's helping you. It's just delivering the help with the worst possible timing. Number 5. You have something psychologists call theory of mind sensitivity, and this is where things get truly fascinating. Theory of mind is the cognitive ability to understand that other people have thoughts, feelings, and perspectives that are different from your own. Most humans have basic theory of mind, but you, my friend, have theory of mind sensitivity, which means you don't just know other people have thoughts. You are constantly, actively wondering what those thoughts are. When you replay that awkward moment from 5 years ago, your brain is running simulations of what the other person thought, what they felt, how they interpreted your actions, and how they might still remember it. This is processed primarily in a brain region called the temporoparietal junction, and research shows that people with high theory of mind sensitivity tend to be unusually gifted at empathy, storytelling, leadership, and emotional intelligence. It's like everyone else is watching life in 480p, and you're stuck with an 8K IMAX experience that includes the perspectives of every single person you've ever interacted with. It's a lot. It's intense. Can be exhausting. But it's also why people trust you with their secrets. It's why you notice when your friend is fine, but not actually fine. It's why you can read the emotional temperature of a room the moment you walk in. Your replay isn't a bug. It's the side effect of a cognitive superpower that most humans only dream of having. So here's where I want you to land. The next time you're walking your dog, brushing your teeth, or peacefully stirring soup and your brain hits you with a greatest hits compilation of your most cringeworthy moments, I want you to take a breath and reframe the entire experience. You are not obsessive. You are not anxious. You are not stuck in the past. You are a person with high episodic memory resolution, advanced self-evaluative reasoning, ancient survival-grade social intelligence, emotional regulation rehearsal, and theory of mind sensitivity. You are running premium human software that most people don't even have access to. Yes, it's uncomfortable sometimes. Yes, it makes brushing your teeth a surprisingly emotional experience. But it also means you are one of the deepest, most emotionally attuned, most self-aware people in your entire social circle. And in a world that keeps rewarding shallow thinking, the ability to reflect, analyze, and integrate your own social history is genuinely rare. You don't have a problem. You have a gift with a really awkward delivery system. Now I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell me, are you team, I still cringe about things that happened over a decade ago? Or team, I literally cannot remember a single embarrassing thing I've ever done? Because I already know this comment section is going to become a glorious catalog of secondhand embarrassment. And I want in. If this video made you feel seen for maybe the first time, hit that subscribe button because we unpack hidden cognitive superpowers just like this one every single week. And if you want to keep diving into the science of why your brain does the beautiful, weird, brilliant things it does, click the next video on the screen right now. I have a feeling you're going to see yourself in it too. I'll see you in the next one.